Hi. Same day. A few minutes later. In this video, I want to talk, don't have notes this time, but it's okay. I want to talk about, should I fight your dog? So basically, again, regarding righteousness and justice and compassion, right? Just common sense, one might say, respect, safety. Not today, but for years, years I've been living, there are most dog owners that have pets, dogs, they do not always keep them on a leash. They do not always clean up after their pets. Don't worry, this is a back to basics video, so chill. So they don't do these things, and a few years ago, maybe 2016, 17, I had a few pit bulls that were off a leash after I went out when I was going out to shop, and they came within, it was months, for months on end, where they came within, like, just right at my ankles. Now, I didn't get bitten, thank God. I have never been bitten by a dog in my life, thank God. And I don't ever want that to happen to me. Help me, God. But they came like right at my legs, and I was feeling very uncomfortable. I had my stomach in a knot. And I was just very anxious with my stomach in a knot every time I would leave the home. To either walk to the bus or just walk, because it's not that far, it's half an hour walk, to buy my groceries. It's a good walk. But because of this, and they were dangerous dogs, because they don't think their dog should be on a leash. And I heard stories that other dogs, and you could see on the internet, maybe I'll put links below. I mean, I've started studying the different types of dogs. I've been learning, because I don't have any dogs, I don't have any pets. Too much trouble to take care of one, but I've been studying to learn what I'm up against here. And again, it is not right, it is not humane. God created human beings in His image. First, we're supposed to take care of human beings, and then of the rest of the creatures on this planet. And people say, well, yeah, human beings are the most evil. Even if that is so, and I do believe it is true, they are the most evil, like intentionally evil, still, it does not change the fact that from all the creatures on the earth, God created human beings, and human beings alone in His image, a little lower than the angels in heaven. Okay. So our first duty should be to one another, to human beings. To human beings has to be. No matter, we have to. And if people that, either you have a dog or you believe in this strongly, if you train your dog well, or you are a dog trainer, or you just believe in this principle, if you could please support this truth. Either make your own video if you have a channel, or comment on my video or other people's videos. Get the truth out there, how important it is to keep your dog on a leash. And not only that, I'm going to try and find the links and post them below, but also to be able to control your dog, right? The dog has to know that you're the alpha, so you have to be physically stronger. You have to be able to control him or her, the dog. The dog, you have to be able as the owner to control your dog. I'm going to post those links because they explain it way better than I ever could, because they're directly geared to that. So I'm standing up for this. It's okay if you want to own a dog. I think it's a distraction because there's so much time and effort going into it, distracts people from doing the work of the kingdom, but whatever. We all have our quirks and our habits and our bad habits and our things that waste time, I'm saying have a dog, but talk about the Lord on your YouTube channel, you know what I mean? This is what we need to be doing, laborers for the kingdom, for righteousness. Our duty should be to human beings first. And spread the truth, in a way that more people could be reached, as in through a YouTube channel. I'm not saying not to talk to people in person. Usually it doesn't work in person because of the People don't have time to listen because they're usually on their way doing something, or they're busy serving customers, and usually comes out in an angry way and doesn't teach anyone anything. But when we make YouTube videos, we can really take the time, listen, and just really meditate and reflect on what is being said. So this is really the best way, or like you read it in a book, is the best way to get any message across. You know, just one way, and then have other people respond to it. You know, write a book or vlog or something. So yeah, share this, please. It is not okay to not keep your dog on a leash. I met someone the other day, and I spent maybe 15, 20, 25 minutes talking to him, and I told him how not, he had an electronic leash. I learned about it from him. And he was telling me as I was on my way shopping, you know, nice guy, he looked pretty fit, he looked good. And he was telling me that he's actually not only trained his own dog, and his own dog was staying there very nicely, dangerous, he was like a mix between pit bull and bulldog, but he told me how he trained other dogs in the neighborhood that apparently have mauled children. And I'm like, wow, children mauled right here where I live? I was like, wow. He's like, yeah, and I trained that dog. I'm like, wow, thank you. You know, so I really took the time and I listened to him, and I told him that I appreciate what he's doing. You know, because I was really like, you know, I was like, because at first he had an electronic leash, it was in his pocket, so I thought he didn't have a leash, so I'm like, you know, you should keep your dog on a leash. So then that started a discussion. I mean, I was nice, but I was really firm. I was like, I didn't waste any time saying it to him. You know, I wasn't shy. I'm like, you know, you should really keep your dog on a leash. This makes me feel uncomfortable. You know, I'm a female, you're a male with a dog, you know? So, you know, then he took the time to educate me, and he says, actually, I am doing something about the problem. I'm like, wow, okay. I told him I wish everybody was like you, you know, but see, not everyone's like you. So educate them and say, I appreciate that you're doing that. And I told him the story with the pit bulls. A few years ago, I had my stomach in a knot because pit bulls that were not kept on a leash by careless owners, male and female owners. This is not just male owners. This is female owners. Youngsters, teenagers, young adults, clueless, or they just don't want to have a clue. And I've been through a very, very difficult personal situation that I cannot take anymore. People have no idea how much they affect strangers, because some of us have it really hard in our personal life. You know, we have, everything helps. Everything helps. So then afterward, you know, he showed me his electronic leash, explained to me how it works. He gives him a shock. And I was like, oh, isn't that bad for the dog? He's like, oh, it's better than choking him. So we had this like discussion. I was like, wow. And his dog was so nice. He wanted to come towards me. He stopped him. He was so nice. Towards the end of our conversation, the dog was wagging his tail. Like he was so happy. Like it's like, that his owner made a new acquaintance. It was so nice. You know, so it's like we need more people like that guy. We need more people to just stand up against evil. We have to stand up. Part of serving the Lord is to stand up against evil, not in an evil way, not in a mean way, but rather than not do anything, it's better to speak something, even if it's rude, because in the end you do plant a seed. Better to speak something rudely than not say anything, because when we don't say anything, we take the side of a coward, right? Like, right, that it's okay. So I think it's always better to speak out. Try to control ourselves, but it's always better to speak out, because if not, evil will rule. So again, if I will choose to leave my comments enabled for this video, please comment below if you agree with me, if you agree with righteousness. Otherwise, I don't really want you to comment, because I don't really care to get false like comments. But yeah, or make your own video, share the truth, you know, give it a like, whatever you want to do, whatever you feel led to do by the Lord with peace in your heart. I'd appreciate it. We have to fight for what is right in every area, no matter how trivial it may seem. It is not trivial. The smallest things are the most important things. You know why? Because they happen all the time. Rarely does a big thing happen, we have a chance, or a guy has a chance to show what a hero he is. But in the small things, we have a chance to either help heal, or we will hurt one another. We can't go in between. There's just one or the other. We're going to help heal, or going to hurt one another. And we have an opportunity to do that every day, in 1,000,001 ways, right? All right, that's it for now. Take care, have a lovely day, and God bless.